front of the Leeds player there.
What a corner kick it was from Calvin Phillips, and when the ball comes across Pascal Strauch, he's just trying to pick up the pieces, and somehow Pereira is the one that gets a foot in.
Gives the signal, and he goes towards the penalty spot. Strout with a header away for Leeds, just outside the penalty area, drops for Dallas. Dallas trying to run it clear, holds it up on the touchline, gets it to Cleek. Great ball from him. Now Cleek has played it into Bamford, and Bamford is through as a one-on-one. It's Patrick Bamford into the penalty area. Bamford can win it, squares it for Harrison, and Jack Harrison surely has scored the winning goal for Leeds United, and that is a terrific breakout. And it's a fine piece of play from Bamford to pick out Harrison, and an easy tap home for goal 3. Leicester 1, Leeds United 3.
So much good about that goal, it really is. We're defending well, but Stuart Dallas, brilliant work to eventually wriggle his way through, and when he did find some space, the pass was absolutely perfect. But when Bamford was clear, you thought, you've got so much time now, what can you do? Are you going to go on your own or not? The ball from Click was to Bamford, he was clear, Johnny Evans was chasing back, pass across to Harrison was absolutely perfect. The pace that we come out from the back was brilliant. Fitness levels, look how many players we've got coming forward. With 3 against 1, Bamford plays the right pass, Harrison taps it into an empty net. What a goal, 3-1. This is some performance, it really is.
And Soyuncu for Leicester carries it forward in the meantime, but we're into the final few seconds of this one now. Any second now, Leeds United are going to have the chance to celebrate a good win, as Dallas is more than happy just to clip the ball behind for a Leicester corner kick. And Patrick Bamford, look at him, he's like a wounded soldier hobbling back towards the edge of his penalty area. He doesn't need to hobble any further, because Leeds United can reflect on a very good victory here at the King Power Stadium. They've come to play a Leicester City side that's been unbeaten for so long, that's pushing perhaps for the Premier League title, and they've ended up comprehensive winners, because Leeds United have won this game by 3-1.
And really impressive it was as well, because Leicester side are a quality side of that, there's absolutely no doubt. First 10-15 minutes you saw Leicester went 1 up, but the way we responded then to come back to 1-1 was impressive. The changes by Brendan Rodgers at half-time caused us a bit of a problem, but then we had to defend a lot, but our counter-attacking play and the ability to get forward quickly and finish as well really was superb. And Bamford, that's one heck of a goal. Harrison as well with the second. 3-1, looking comfortable. This is a great result. I'm delighted for the boys.
Plays a ball into Stuart Dallas. First time goal from Stuart Dallas. What a response from Leeds United. Bamford in the penalty area on the left foot. Oh, what a finish from Patrick Bamford. What a goal from Rafinha. He absolutely drills that one. Now Cleek has played it into Bamford, and Bamford is through as a one-on-one. It's Patrick Bamford into the penalty area. Bamford can win it, squares it for Harrison! And Jack Harrison surely has scored the winning goal for Leeds United. Leeds United return to Ellen Road after 2 wins away. So the side should be full of confidence going into the game against Everton, but they, like Leeds, are much better on the road than they are at home. We have a brand new pitch for the game this evening, lush and green under the rain and the floodlights of Ellen Road. Team news for Leeds United is fairly straightforward. Rodrigo out injured, Cleek comes in to replace him. 4 changes though for Everton, including goalkeeper Pickford, who's out injured, Olsen, Holgate, Gomez and Godfrey coming into their starting 11. James Rodriguez only on the bench as his new signing King. Players will gather on the edge of the centre circle to remember Captain Tom Moore, who sadly passed away, the man who raised so many millions for the NHS. Richarlison then gives it back to Gomez, and then it's played over the top for Digne to get onto into the left-back position, probing forward against Leeds, up by the byline, whips the ball in, and they've watched the man run into the box, and it's Sigurdsson, and they left him alone, and Sigurdsson, easiest job in the world to turn it in for the opening goal of the game.
Well, what happened in the middle of our box, I have no idea, because everyone just left it to each other. Digne with an excellent ball in, but my goodness, Strauch, it goes in behind him. Coops thinks Strauch is going to get it. And of course, vice versa as well, but Sigurdsson is the one on the move. Really was a good run. Timing of the run, certainly from Digne on the left-hand side, was perfect as well. It takes a one touch. Rafinha can't quite cut the cross out, but after that, everyone is stationary. There is only one person running in, Sigurdsson, 3 defenders against him. We have to do a lot better than that, but that's a good finish. Meslier, no chance.
Yeah, well, it was played into that corridor of uncertainty, wasn't it? And goodness me, was there uncertainty, because nobody was near Sigurdsson. There were 3, as Tony says, 3 white shirts around him potentially. And Leeds just about work the ball away. Dallas has it over on the far side. Everton snapping into the challenges now, though. Calvert-Lewin just outside the penalty area. It comes back for Calvert-Lewin to shoot, and Melié's a lucky man there in a sense, because Calvert-Lewin didn't get proper power in that, and certainly didn't get the right precision in that, and it made it easy for the keeper to save.
We are fortunate, because Calvert-Lewin was trying to find Richarlison with the ball. It actually bounced back to him, and left foot just swung at it and didn't quite find the bottom corner. Good save, Meslier.
So Rafinha plays the ball up to Bamford. Bamford lays it off for Cleek. Cleek has Harrison going if he wants him. The Cleek goes it on his own, and the goalkeeper has his first save to make. Olsen pushes the ball away from goal. It was on target, and it goes behind for a corner kick.
Well, Olsen, I think, should have put his cap on that one. It's just so slow when it comes to him. Cleek did the right thing, tries to find the top corner, but Olsen really could have just caught that one. Instead, he's punched it.
So Rafinha will deliver for Leeds United. In it goes towards the far side of the penalty area. Drops out there for Alioski to shoot. Hits the post. A volley from Alioski from the edge of the penalty area. Had that gone in, it would have been a quite sensational goal. Calvin Phillips to whip one in, you would suggest here. Leeds have pushed a lot of men into the Everton penalty area. Phillips does play that ball into that dangerous area, and it's a touch over the crossbar from Olsen that prevents an equalising goal. Really good save from the keeper.
It really was. Excellent header from Strauch. The ball in is superb. All Strauch needs to do is just get a little touch on. That's what he does, and it's going in underneath the bar. Olsen had to get a touch. It wasn't quite in the corner, but certainly not down the middle either. Good save by the keeper.
Pursued by Iwobi, and is knocked to the ground by Iwobi, but fairly, and now Everton go 2v2, and now it's Calvert-Lewin up against Liam Cooper, and he's got Richarlison arriving quickly. Calvert-Lewin gets the shot all wrong, and Leeds have cause to be grateful for that. It goes well wide. Well,
Alioski's having a word with the referee, but I do think that Iwobi was just too strong for him. It was quite simple. Iwobi picked the ball up off Alioski and then just set off. Good ball to Calvert-Lewin. I think Calvert-Lewin actually picks the wrong option, fortunately, because Richarlison on this left-hand side, if he just cuts in and then plays it there, they would have been in, but Strauch was getting around, but instead he got for goal and couldn't hit the target.
Sigurdsson gives his own signal, and in the ball comes, whipped in, heads go up in there, and it's in the back of the net, and Calvert-Lewin is the man who meets it at the far post. Leeds didn't pick up the run, and it was an easy task for the Everton striker to head in from close range for 2-0.
Well, we've seen this before, certainly from set pieces, but that delivery was absolutely superb. Sigurdsson on this left-hand side just whips it in, and the movement, it's Godfrey who gets there first, and it's a little touch, and it's not going in. And Calvert-Lewin at the back post has to just carry on and just nod it home. No one's going with the on-running Calvert-Lewin, but it's Godfrey who gets there first, touches it on, and it is a good finish. But yet again, set pieces, difficult for us to defend when there's quality balls in, but got to go with your runners, and no one went with Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
So he emerged from the crowd at the back post, and all he had to do was get his head on it. And now, as we head towards half-time, things look really tough indeed for Leeds United. Everton have that 2-goal advantage from the first period. Dallas with the ball into the penalty area. Bit of hesitation, almost breaks for Harrison. Comes down for Bamford. Bamford on the penalty spot for Rafinha! And Leeds United are back in the game. And Rafinha's on target against Everton once more. And now there's something on for the home team. 1-2.
That's a great finish, it really is. He had to take it so very quickly, and he had the presence of mind just to hit it first time and slot it again into the far corner. It was bouncing all over the place. Bamford just knocks it out. And then when it comes to the left foot of Rafinha, he has got a wand in that left boot, I have to say. It's a brilliant finish. Takes it first time through the legs of the defender into the bottom corner. Olsen beaten.
He's played a dangerous ball out. Rafinha's put pressure on and won the ball back for Leeds. Moving forward, Rafinha out towards the far side of the penalty area. Rolling the ball this way and that. Plays a curling ball into the box. Headed away by Jeremina. There was both Bamford and Harrison waiting, but it only comes as far as Alioski. Alioski up to the edge of the area to Cleek. Downward shot. Oh, what a save from Olsen. And it's spinning and it's clear. And Rafinha, another save from Olsen. And Everton head the ball away from the edge of the 6-yard box. And Leeds United so close to going all square there.
What a great move. Rafinha with an opportunity there. Olsen, great save.
Bamford challenging for the ball. It comes for Harrison. Harrison shoots on goal and Olsen saves again. And he beats the ball away two-handed.
Well, so much good play about Leeds. It's Click who actually just volleys it into the ground. It bounces difficult as well for the keeper, who then makes a stop at the near post from Rafinha's shot with his left foot. Deflected on the way through. The shot was from Click, so that makes the save even better. And Robin Olsen, the Swedish international keeper, up and down, makes actually 3 saves in the end. Really good. And then Harrison actually comes off. I think it's Holgate.
Down the line to Harrison. Harrison is held up but does well to get past the first man. Can he get past the second? Still going with Jack Harrison. In it goes to Tyler Roberts. Tyler Roberts into Stuart Dallas. Dallas plays the ball towards the far side of the penalty area. Bamford's underneath it. Oh, it hits the top of the crossbar and goes behind. In fact, the final touch, I wonder whether it was off an Everton player, but it must have been off Bamford because a goal kick is given.
It's a great ball from Stuart Dallas. We work the ball really well, find some space on this left-hand side, and eventually when it does come out to Stuart, he just puts it on a plate at the far post. Good defending. I think Digne just puts him off a little bit, but Bamford, he's going backwards, but he gets the header, just can't quite get above it to control it back on target. It does hit the top of the bar though and just goes over. Olsen was beaten.
A chance to really whip this one in under the crossbar. In it goes, heads up far side from Jeremina, of course. Breaks out for Pablo Hernandez, goes wide. Oh, Rafinha slipped. Now there's a break on for Everton because they've picked up, and Decore charging forward, and Calvert-Lewin racing through the middle. Decore still going forward. Calvert-Lewin, can he wrap it up here? No, great save, Meslier. Down at the feet of Calvert-Lewin, made the block and kept the game alive for Leeds.
Just as well, Pablo Hernandez with an awful ball, and after that it was the Alamo. We did get back really quickly, but Calvert-Lewin had the opportunity. Meslier, brilliant save.
Rafinha just in from the touchline, looks for help, gets a great ball into Bamford in the penalty area. Patrick Bamford looks up, plays the ball to Tyler Roberts, edge of the box. Roberts, oh, he set himself up for the volley and he played it over the crossbar, and Rafinha drops to his knees and punches the ground in frustration.
That would have been some goal. It really was. Good movement as well. Bamford picks out Tyler Roberts. He's pinged it to him, but the first touch from Tyler is a good one. It's waited for it to come down, and after that it's a difficult skill, yes, to get it on the volley, but unfortunately could not hit the target. Would have been a worldy goal if it had gone in.
So I think that's just about it for Leeds United's efforts in this second half. As the goal kick is played, I suspect Michael Oliver will put the whistle to the lips and bring the game to a conclusion, and that's exactly what's happened. Well, it's another defeat here at Ellen Road for Leeds United, but you'd have to say on the basis of the second half performance, Leeds can count themselves more than a little unlucky not to get something from this game.
Absolutely, we did not deserve to be on the losing side. A draw would have been just about right, but we left ourselves with too much to do in that first half. You're 2-0 down against a quality side like Everton. We struck back nice and early in the second half, and we pressed and we pressed. Meslier had next to nothing to do in the second half. He was a bystander, and Olsen made 3 fantastic saves. He really did, to keep his Everton side still with their 1-goal lead. We huffed and we puffed. We looked good, but we just couldn't quite break them down, and I feel for the boys. Their spirit is absolutely superb. Everton, they just about seen this game out, and they're delighted, and rightly so. They've just nicked all 3 points, but I think a point would have been about right.
Marching on together. We are Premier League. Be ready for Leeds. Join the journey. Welcome, JD.
Well, it was a different game back then. The question is, Tim, are Leeds ready to return? Has it been too long?
So Leeds, how's your football team doing?
The big leagues aren't ready for Leeds, man. They aren't ready for Leeds, man.
Well, here I am at Ellen Road as they get ready to welcome back top-flight football for the first time in 16 years.
Well, here we go then.
Leeds United is about more than football. It's about the culture. It's about loyalty. It's like the song says, it stays with you forever. The pride in pulling on that jersey, playing for the city and its people. That's why I always tell off my second home. Leeds United!
Whether we're in a stadium or not, there's no room for racism. Not out there, not in here. There's no room for racism.
No room for racism.
Anywhere.
Take a knee.
They kneel in unity.
But without actions,
Genuinely powerful sight.
there are just words. There's no room for ignorance or intolerance, for hate, for injustice, for sitting in silence, for doing nothing.
I'm ashamed, I'm embarrassed. We want equality in society and football.
We all need to do more. Challenge it.
The CCTV will find the perpetrator of that and he will have a lifetime ban.
Report it. Change it. Premier League. No room for racism. Anywhere.
Yeah, we'll do, thank you. Much.
Yes, gents, come over. Just a few with me.
My boys, get moving.
First two on the flat yellows. Just a couple of me, boys. Just straighten yourselves up again. Just nice and bright with your feet, then get out to the yellow. Anything you want there, get out to the yellow. Move your feet, get out.
Good. On your second one, just open it out into your position. You're only doing 2. Nice and bright. Second one, get out into your position. Come on. Let's go. Get yourself ready. Go. Well done, Dave. Yes, go on, Flex. Come on, attack it. Let's go.
Move it, come on. Let's try, go with your leg. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's through. Let's go, now, with your leg. Yeah.
I don't know who's doing it.
What a warm welcome along to LUTV's coverage then of this LUTV production game. It's of course PL2 Division 2. It's Leeds United travelling away to Middlesbrough. Very cold and blustery afternoon by the looks of things in the northeast, and tough conditions for both sets of players. Leeds United looking to make it 7 wins in a row this afternoon. A new ball needed before Ashley Fletcher, Boro first team player, can get the game underway. So a good test for a youthful looking Leeds United team. The Whites go with Capriel, Drame, McCarron, Jenkins, Casey, Kenner, Somerville, Greenwood, Gallagher, McKinstry and Dean. The bench for the Whites is Van der Heuvel, Allen, Moore, Gibbon and Haugland. For Boro, as the game gets underway, it's Archer, Sykes, Kokolo, Hackney, Hall, Robinson, Spence, Gibson, Fletcher. That's Ashley Fletcher and Isaac Fletcher. Head and Coulson. The bench for Boro is Harry Green, Tyrone O'Neill, Cole Kiernan, Mike Jigsdale and Brad James. The Whites' bench is Danny van der Heuvel, Charlie Allen, Chris Moore, Cole Gibbon, Nicholas Haugland again. So snow starting to fall in what is a tough afternoon. The players are going to have to really dig in the conditions, but Leeds are 9 points clear as this game gets underway. Hoping to make it 12, but it's teams around them do have games in hand. Reading currently have one, of course, that'll be added to after today. Today's opponents, Middlesbrough, have only played 12 games so far this season. They were last in action just a few weeks ago. It's no win in 4. They're now 9th, 3 defeats in 5 for Boro. Their last home win was back in October, but it's difficult to read too much into that because they've only played since Christmas on 1 occasion. Leeds have played 3 times. So maybe fitness will play its part. Joe Gallagher looks to be leading the line in the centre forward position as McCarron plays left wing back this afternoon. Not for the first time this season, Joe Gallagher is tackled and dumped to the floor. Stuart McKinstry playing centre midfield alongside Sam Greenwood will get ready to take this set piece. Joe Gallagher just coming across, maybe just to try and confuse matters. Ball in, the wind got hold of it. Archer's nearly going to come out for that ball and Casey lets it bounce. It will be a Leeds United corner a couple of minutes in. No Niall Huggins, Charlie Cresswell today. Owen Kenner will play centre half, we believe, alongside Casey, allowing Jenkins to just sit in front. As I've already mentioned, McCarron, I've seen him maybe one or twice for a couple of 10-minute spells at left wing back as that ball comes in from McKinstry. The Leeds player goes down. Casey fires it back into the box. It will fall to Joe Gallagher, who tries to trick his way past the Boro defender. And he does that and beats them a couple of times. Back inside to Somerville. Nutmeg from Somerville. He's got McKinstry on his inside. Still going Somerville. Ball swept in and it's fired home and it looks like it's Max Dean again. He's done it once more. Comes into the 23 setup and gets a goal, and the wild celebrations from the Leeds United players. Snowy conditions, Leeds with a fantastic start. Middlesbrough 0, Leeds United 1. And Max Dean continues that fine scoring record. Really caught the eye in the EFL Trophy this season. Played a couple of times since then for the 23s and just gets there before Noah Kenner. And it's a smart finish. Great start for Leeds. And this winning run hopefully will continue. And Dean will play on the left of that midfield and Somerville the other side. Of course, they can swap places. Dean can go through the middle if needed. Sam Greenwood trying to get back, and Greenwood with a tackle in midfield. Boro clear that ball down the left-hand side. It's not a bad idea, that, but Ollie Casey has it covered. Joe Gallagher isn't going to chase that one down too vigorously as it goes to Archer in the Boro goal. Good work from Ollie Casey. I thought he had a cracking game last time out for Leeds. That was against Sunderland. The Whites winning 5 in a row, 6 in a row. Sunderland, the team that were beaten last time out at Thorpe Park, as Dean puts the pressure on. Middlesbrough gave Leeds a decent game in the reverse fixture, so hopefully Leeds can hand them a little better. Game's coming a bit quicker now this month as Leeds concede a throw-in. Jackson just giving a few instructions out to his players. It's an important stage of the match, this. Such an early goal. Throw-in taken towards the far post, and Coulson will try and keep it in play. Jame does well to stalk him, follows him from the right-hand side of defence. The man-marking system works a treat, and now makes his way back, Cody Jame, to right back.
Fletcher's feet. Jed line.
Kenner goes down, referee says no free kick. Ashley Fletcher's turned him, here they come into the box, and now a chance for Spence. It's cleared away like it was going to creep in, that one. And Casey clearing it. Dean sends it the other way by accident, and now a Boro player goes down in the box. It was the number 7, Jed Spence. Jack Jenkins has to use his strength and does very well there. Jack Jenkins holds up the play. Neat feet from McCarron. McCarron draws the foul from a trio of Boro players. Jack Jenkins not happy by the looks of things at the incident earlier on the edge of the box. Now, and Kenner, I think, having a word with the official as well. Test for the Whites with Fletcher. First team player, has been for a number of years, experienced, been around a few clubs, and good test for 2 young centre-backs in Noah Kenner and Ollie Casey. Kenner, the man that takes the free kick, it's played forward. Casey gets to the rebound, and only getting there was Coulson. Leeds haven't had their foot on the ball for the last few minutes. It's been a pretty scrappy start, but that quality moment coming from Max Dean inside the first minute or two.
Give on, can you get up to it? Come on, Liam, Okay! Can you come across on that one? There you go, Fred!
Jenkins, he's got Ashley Fletcher just behind him. He had Isaac Fletcher in front, and it's now worked out to Drame, whose first touch isn't the sharpest, but again, these strong winds, the snow as well. Jenkins back to Cody Drame, to Kenner. Kenner to Somerville. Ball played from Jenkins across that midfield. He was looking for the run of Max Dean. Greenwood nearly gets to the ball, just about gets a touch to it, the Boro midfielder. McKinstry wide to Somerville. Good feet from Crescencio Somerville. Keeps it nice and simple and goes to Joe Gallagher, who's going to try and come onto that left foot of his. He tries to whip it towards the far corner, just doesn't get his foot around the ball, and it is going to be behind for a goal kick. Middlesbrough 0, Leeds United 1. Spence holds up the ball, plays it back to right back Kane Sykes. It's going to fall to Somerville in midfield. Somerville again just gets away from his marker. Just wants an attacking run, looking for the run of Gallagher there, but a bit too close to the defender, and it's cleared away. Boro doing quite well to win the second ball, and Leeds trying to match them. Nice and calm that from Liam McCarron. He wins Leeds a throw-in.
Let's get across for the 5, Fletch! Watch it.
Casey to Noah Kenner. It's a good run from Kenner. Opens up a bit of space for himself behind Fletcher. Karen tries to turn past Spence, goes down, little pull on the hip, but the referee didn't think it was enough to give Leeds a free kick, and Sykes takes a quick throw in, looking for Ashley Fletcher to hold off Noah Kenner. Kenner does well. Fletcher comes back for a second bite, and Matt Jackson not happy there at the officiating as there. Ashley Fletcher turns inside McCarron, has to stay and try and block the ball. It comes across the face, and Cody Dramby does ever so well to just get his hands out of the way. Cushions it with the inside of the thigh back to Elia Caprill, and he's just going to calm things down for the time being. Nice throwing out to Dramby on the right hand side into Somerville. Leeds just maybe need a couple of minutes on the ball just to calm things down, get their passing going, but again in these conditions you can almost have to rip up the playbook. He's normally used to playing on decent surfaces, getting the ball down as Sam Greenwood rides the challenge of Joe Gibson. Gibson comes back for another nibble, and Greenwood has to keep it calm and under pressure. He goes back to Casey. Jenkins all the time alongside his two centre-backs. Now Jenkins will try and dictate the play. Fizzes the ball forward, nearly finds Gelhardt from a clearance. Now they're going to bring it away, Boro, with a looping ball forward. It's not a bad one either, but good work from Liam McCarron. Well, his work cut out today. Jed Spence is a player that's certainly been pretty lively early doors. And to Jenkins once more.
Still there.
Troy Lycopil will fancy a couple more touches with the weather as it is. Keeps him nice and warm. You want to make sure he can help out his centre-backs with a couple of different angle passes. Somerville again, third or fourth time he's taken them on. He flicks it to the outside. He's looking very sharp here, Somerville. Drame's cross to the far post, just puts too much on it, and Max Dean does all he can to get there, but can't bring it under control, and the ball trickles out behind for a goal kick. So if you're just sitting down this Sunday afternoon, 23s in action. They have the lead thanks to Max Dean stepping up to the 23s under 18s player. Never looks out of place, and he's got a goal from a cutback from Crescencio Somerville.
Cody half and half. More inside there, more inside, Cody. Okay. Brave.
Kinster wins the header. Gelhardt tries to turn the Boro number 4, which is Hayden Hackney. Spence keeps it in. Goes back to Sykes. Dean's trying to put the pressure on. That ball to Archer sends him the wrong way. He wanted it on his right foot. Hackney flicks it on. Ashley Fletcher trying to hold off Noah Kenner. Kenner gives McCarron the shout. McCarron, nice ball, nice and sharp into the feet of Dean, who goes to Gelhardt, who's trying to stay on side. Max Dean's trying to get in the middle for him. McCarron on the edge of the box. Joe Gelhardt has to skip his way around, goes down. Nothing given by the official.
I'll just turn the mic off, that's all.
Fletcher beaten to it by Kenner. Good tackle from Noah Kenner. Make sure he doesn't take down the man as Jenkins has to try and get past the number 8 Gibson. He's a strong challenge and he's crunched and he gets up straight to his feet, Jenkins. Good to see. It's Kane Sykes going in full throttle. Just trying to tackle himself, Jack Jenkins, so no doubt he'll be trying to put one in later in the game if he gets the opportunity. Not often he'll probably come up against Kane Sykes, the right back, as Dean tries to turn his marker. Gets a slight touch to that. Spence under pressure to McCarron. The other player goes down. It's good duels happening all over the pitch. Ashley Fletcher and Noah Kenner, the one that's caught the eye the most. Casey in the right place at the right time. Great covering defending from him as Greenwood tries to float the ball to Somerville. He lets it bounce, tries to take it in his stride. Just about gets caught out. It's good work from the Boro left back, William Kokolo. Kokolo's pass was looking down the line for Coulson, but Cody Drame on hand to intercept. Decent battle this. 13 minutes in, still Max Dean's goal the difference. Well, it's a big game for Leeds. Extend that lead at the top. It's a clearance goes wrong from Jack Robinson, goes back behind his head, and Leeds get a throw-in on the edge of the Boro box. Leeds looking to go 12 clear from their 14 matches, top scorers in the division with 37 goals now. Still too early to talk about promotion just yet, but in a very good position. Kenner strides forward out of defence. Nice ball out to Dean. Dean takes it, cuts inside, looks across the park. It's a really good driving pass to Somerville. Now he's going to get back into the box. Somerville stings the palms of Archer, and Boro will try and clear, that nearly get caught out. Greenwood trying to fight the ball back into Leeds' hands. Somerville, it's a beautiful turn, he goes down, no penalty given. Essentially, Somerville has taken everybody in a Boro shirt that's come up against him. He really is having a strong start to this game. Boro can't seem to get him under control. Cody Drame has to try and get Coulson under control now as he wrestles with him. Tries to get back, gets goal side. It's more tenacious play from Drame. Leeds have to rush out here as Jenkins tries to put the pressure on. Kenner gets the block in. Shot's going to come in. And if Boro want to shoot like that all day, that'll be just what we want to see. High and wide and over the bar. And Elia Capil praises the defensive work of his players, in particular Cody Drame, who nearly gave a free kick away, but fought hard as he possibly could to make sure that Coulson couldn't get away with a free shot.
Be higher here, Ned Coulson! Be higher!
Really again back out to Ollie Casey. Jenkins goes back to Caprile. Spencer's going to put Kenner under pressure. And Kenner keeps his composure and decides to carry it out of defence. Of course, Kenner's no stranger to playing in the middle of midfield. He often has played number 4 with Jenkins out of the team. Played in front of Cresswell and Casey. On ball forward, straight into the path of goalkeeper Jordan Archer.
Drop. Second.
Casey wins the header, out muscles Fletcher. Somerville again, cuts inside. It's more great feet from Crescencio. Somerville goes wide, ball a bit too strong. Jenkins, Dean wins the header. Gelhardt tries to hold up the ball. He's not done too bad there, Joe Gelhardt. He's back to goal against a taller man. Ashley Fletcher can't get the blocking, but again, Ollie Casey just drops back, helps out. Pretty clear what Boro's tactics are. It's to get the ball into Ashley Fletcher. Of course, he's older than some of this Leeds United defence. He's going to try and hold the ball up and bring in the likes of Coulson, Isaac Fletcher, and Jed Spence on the overlapping runs. As Kenner goes over the top, McCarron brings it under control with his chest. The Boro coaching staff don't look too happy with the fact he's got him behind. And Leeds win a corner. As a natural winger by trade, Liam McCarron will certainly be looking to get down the left. It'll be a different approach to that of Niall Huggins, that always cuts in on his stronger right foot. Just shows the options that Mark Jackson has in this Leeds United 23s team. Different players in same position, but with a lot different styles, as McKinstry prepares to take his latest corner of the afternoon in towards the near post. Keeper off his line. Kenner prods it towards goal, and it's going to nestle into the far corner. And Noah Kenner, surprise goal scorer, pounces right at the near post. The Boro defence failed to clear their lines, and Leeds double their advantage from a very similar spot they scored there first. Noah Kenner and Max Dean, the goal scorers so far. Boro 0, Leeds United 2. And Kenner having a storming of a game at centre half for Leeds. Well, a bit of an unorthodox clearance from the Boro number 4 by the looks of things. Hayden Hackney needs to come out and try and chest it. The Greenwood's pressure was too much. And the keeper comes off his line as well, and neither of them dealt with the situation. No one Kenner did, just put it back towards that far post, and almost looked rather perplexed on his look on his face that he'd scored a goal, but Now Leeds have to stay switched on again as Casey can't trip up Coulson across the face of goal, and there is Liam McCarron in the nick of time. Great sliding tackle. Leeds concede a corner. For a split second it looks to have been a lot worse than that as Boro send their centre-backs forward. It's both times now that Boro have conceded and gone on an immediate attack. Showing signs today so far, Boro, that they're not going to go down without a fight. Leeds have had to deal with that a few times this season, taking in a good commanding lead, and U23 teams at this level certainly not giving up results. Leeds have had to deal with that a good couple of times, as that ball from Kokolo was far too high and wide, and Leeds thankfully watch it go out of play.
Hayden, next corner, just put him in. Just put him in. Go on. One Will.
Somerville charging forward again. It's superb work from Crescencio Somerville. They try and bring him down twice. He's still going. Right-footed strike. It nearly falls to Greenwood. Well, Crescencio Somerville, the last few games after a couple of weeks or even months out with an injury, he really has started to show what it's all about. With a big reputation at Leeds United. He's just gliding past him. He's making it look so easy. He had the option to pass to Max Dean. You can see Max Dean's reaction. An actual goal scorer screaming at his teammate that ball was on for a simple tap-in finish. Leeds given a free kick away near halfway. I do think that Max Dean would have probably done the same thing if he'd taken on half of Boro's left-hand side. That's what Somerville has done so far. Boro coming forward across the face of goal. Kenner, important touch. It's going to be flicked towards goal, and Isaac Fletcher just about heads it over the crossbar. Leeds living dangerously there, just didn't deal with the original ball in. Good build-up play from Joe Gibson, allowed a free cross. Nolan Kenner did actually quite well to not turn it into the back of his own net, and Isaac Fletcher just couldn't keep his header under the crossbar. But a really good end-to-end battle at times. Here is Somerville once more. This time plays the pass, looking to Dean. Dean's got a chance to play it into Greenwood. He's just put too much on it. Apologises to his teammate. Don't think he needs to. It was an ambitious effort. It was into the right channel. Leeds once again. Sam Greenwood trying all he can to get back after watching the number 4 skip away. Hayden Hackney into an attacking position. Drame with Coulson, that's a heavy pass. Nearly falls to McKinstry. Dean comes across to try and stop Sykes. Now McCarron's job to try and get to Spence. That ball comes in early. Nolan Kenner deals with it. Inch perfect positioning from Nolan Kenner. And then Karen gets to touch him, but he's perhaps felt the weight of that tackle. He's been trod on as he's got his foot to the ball. He's out of position as he tries to limp away back into the back line. Ashley Fletcher with Nolan Kenner. McCarron gets a touch to it. He's still not 100% though, as Ashley Fletcher floats one in. The Aya Capril does what all the defenders want him to do, comes and claims, and now releases Cody Drame down the right-hand side. We've seen what he can do this season when given the space. This time he decides to keep it simple and go to Jenkins. Casey to Greenwood. First touch takes it away from the Boro midfielder. Not sure how much he meant it. Spence tries to have another nibble at McCarron, who again isn't at 100%. Might need a break really to try and get some attention from the physios as Drame skips inside, goes to McKinstry. Rolls it down the line to Somerville, who's got away from Kokolo. Again, magnificent footwork inside to Gelhardt. Can he finish? Joe Gelhardt still dribbling towards the bottom corner, and Joe Gelhardt adds to his tally for the season. It's magnificent from Leeds United. Crescencio Somerville is involved once more, and Middlesbrough have been cut apart. We're not even just past the halfway point of this first half, and Leeds United are already 3-0 to the good. Gelhardt, right place, right time. Finds that bottom corner, sends the keeper the wrong way. And if Kokola wasn't having a more miserable afternoon in the rather terrible conditions of the snow in his face all afternoon, he's got to compete with Crescencio Somerville for another at least 25 minutes. Having a field day, the Leeds United number 7. It was against Burnley that he caught the eye with his hat-trick, but you could even say even without the ball in the back of the net from Somerville so far today, he's having an even bigger impact. He's just working it into some great positions, so clinical in that final third. Drama out to the right. That's one down the line. He was looking for the ball over the top to Joe Gelhardt or Greenwood. Put too much on it, it will be a Middlesbrough goal kick.
Cody, yeah. Yes, keeper. Return 3, yeah. Second.
Jenkins wide to Max Dean. Should win Leeds a throw-in. Isaac Fletcher was trying to appeal that decision. And then McCarron comes across to try and take Leeds United's latest throw-in. Number of under-18s team in this 23 side. Doing a real job on Boro so far. Gelhardt just about gets caught. That's better feet from Hackney. He managed to take it past 2. Drami and Casey now take control. It's the former that leads by example, just plays it to Elia Capil and allows Casey to then get back in position. But 18 players involved, a number of them that have really stepped up. And Kenner, of course, is still one of those that has played in that level. Very young bench, including Allen, Moore, Gibbon, Haugland. Max Dean is one of those that has played for both, and that young bench might be used in the second half with the scoreline hopefully well out of touch with Boro as Greenwood piles forward. The referee says Boro player got a touch to it. Greenwood a slight appeal, but not enough to suggest he fully believed he was going to get the call. That's the Fletcher. It's a nice touch inside. First time they've managed to play it into his feet, but then Leeds again just force the error, make the Boro midfielders play it quickly. As the Fletcher can't get in position. Somerville to Drami in midfield. Kenner again just popping up in that free pocket of space on the edge of the box, just trying to offer a different angle for his right back. 2 centre-halves for Leeds have had a very strong start to the game. Kinstry, Gelhardt skips past his marker and now on his way looking for Somerville, who's going to get to the ball eventually. He flicks it to McKinstry. Can he cut it back? It nearly finds Greenwood. Isaac Fletcher gets to it. Joe Gelhardt puts the block in and Leeds are going to pen Boro in once more. Somerville with the dummy flicks it back to Gelhardt. Those two really linking up well. Gelhardt tries to fire it to the ball, to bottom corner. Oh, that's magnificent. Joe Gelhardt gets his second of the afternoon and it's the best of the lot so far. A slight split second of a lack of pressure and he picks his spot, fires it into the top of that Boro goal, hits the bottom of the bottom frame of the goal, and Leeds United are running riot. It's Middlesbrough 0, Leeds United 4, and Joe Gelhardt's highlight reel has a new clip, and I've got a feeling that that might not be the end of it this afternoon. It's his second, he'll be looking for his third. Absolutely beautiful. And still, from Boro's perspective, to reach the half-hour mark. His biggest win of the season was that 7-1 against Fulham. Don't want to get too carried away and jinx it from here on in, but it'll be a very good opportunity for them to improve that. Into Gallagher again.
Keep the shape, keep the distance, then move. Stewart.
Boro coming forward. Drame. For a very well-timed sliding tackle, and he gets the throw in. Tony Drame just pats off the mud off his gloves.
Get across, Jed, in there.
Gets ready to try and bring a teammate into the game. Somerville down the line, Jenkins just in front. Casey decides to go route one this time. Drame once more is one-on-one defending. Arguably some of the best we've seen at this level. Casey trying to bring Ashley Fletcher under control. Back heel, it comes in across the near post. Capriel gets a touch to it. McCarron on hand to clear the ball away. Tries to loop it over the head for Dean. Dean will get to it. Save from Eli Capriel. And it's a number of times this season when Leeds have been on top, the scoreline's well in their favour, that the other team will test the Leeds United goalkeeper. And he often comes up trumps, keeps his concentration levels high. Gallagher beaten. As Spence wins a throw-in for Boro, much to Max Dean's disgust. Kenner back to Capriel. It has to be quick. There's two Boro players coming at him from different angles, so he decides to clear the lines. No need for a second touch. Spence. That's going to be a free kick. Jack Jenkins didn't get any of the ball there. Free kick on the edge of the box for Leeds to defend.
How's the hot water bottle coming on?
Two-man wall for Leeds is Somerville and McCarron. Jed Spence is just inside, and Joe Gallagher's come across to try and stop that channel. As ball in, Capriel gets beaten to it. Ashley Fletcher heads over the bar. Decent effort that for Boro. Good opportunity to try and reduce the deficit. Need a new ball at Rockcliffe. And Capriel fan has it as Leeds get ready to take their latest goal kick. Middlesbrough 0, Leeds United 4. Still around 15 to go until half-time with the added stoppage time if you're just sitting down to watch the LUTV coverage. It is goals from Max Dean, Noah Kenner, and a brace from Joe Gallagher. And if you can catch up on our highlights to watch the fourth, or in fact all of them indeed, but especially the fourth for Joe Gallagher, then I highly recommend you do that after yet another fantastic goal from the Leeds United youngster. Sam Greenwood claims that ball had gone out, and it hadn't. Leeds caught out a little bit here, and Noah Kenner keeps his cool, keeps it nice and simple to Casey, and Jack Jenkins very simply plays the ball to Stuart McKinstry. Intercepted. He's Isaac Fletcher, he's got space to shoot, goes for that bottom corner, and Leeds for the first time in midfield just switching off, and Ollie Casey trying to make sure the quality stays at a premium. Just mentally, once that McKinstry had been brought out of the game, Leeds switched off. And Jenkins had two men to mark. McCarron tried to cut in. And from there, really, Boro might feel they should be hitting the target.
Second. Hold ball. Come on. Yes, watch this one, Fletch. Move again. Use towards side. Police. Second. Go.
McCarron back towards Capriel. McKinstry goes wide to Drame. Again, looking down the line for Somerville, who was in the right place. The ball just doesn't come to him. Collar's throwing rather weak. Somerville did get to it at first, but Boro, to their credit, win it back. Hackney in midfield. McKinstry on his case very quickly indeed as Somerville beat into it in the air. Casey ignores Kenner and goes back to Capriel and then goes wide for him, and again those two on the same page. Greenwood will come back here and try and put the tackle in. Isaac Fletcher into Ashley Fletcher. These can't give him any room to shoot. Max Dean flies in with a tackle. He gets a touch to the ball. Greenwood puts the pressure on Ashley Fletcher once more, and Leeds force another error.
Fletch, right. Holy.
No, and Kenner just brushes off two players ever so easily. He was looking for ball down the line, and one of the Boro players perhaps caught in the aftermath. Hackney needs his pressure again. He's so intense. 3-4 players all committing themselves. Somerville was out of position, so now Leeds have to get back. Casey high up the pitch, ball forward, and Leeds is pressurising just too good. Boro's passing and execution does need a little work, bit of work so far in this game. Of course, they're certainly capable of it. A win today would take them 5th in the table. Just shows you the lack of games they've had. They are now 9th in the table on 12 games played. We're confident they can start to climb this PL2 Division 2 table once they get their games in hand underway, as Liam McCarron can't keep that ball in play. Quick throw in by Boro. Spence turns away. McCarron's quick to get up and try and put him under pressure. Works the 1-2. Elijah Capriel gets down to his right. Good save. Sticks out the right hand. And now Crescencio Somerville trying to intercept high up the pitch as well. This is probably Boro's best spell in the match, and it is 8 minutes now since Leeds' last goal. Boro's play is just breaking down though once they get into that final third. That last pass is often astray. So far everything has come through Ashley Fletcher. If Leeds can try and neutralise the service to him, they'll be certainly confident of keeping a clean sheet. As Somerville goes to Greenwood, has to have eyes in the back of his head to see the defender coming. Eventually Boro bring the ball away. Spence, he's got Dean trying to stop him, and Max Dean goes for a little ride. No card for now. I think it's coming now. Max Dean looks disappointed and somewhat shocked that you're not allowed to do that. Sykes with the free kick. It's high. The wind gets hold of that, and Leeds are very grateful. Capriel did have options to go early. Of course, it's going to have to be quite hard for him to pick a pass if he goes in the air with the wind behind him. Casey's been urged to play it over the top anyway. Looking for Max Dean. It's going to fall to McKinstry in midfield, who just lets it bounce. McKinstry's gone about his work nice and quietly this afternoon. Into Jenkins. Tries to steer Leeds around the park. He's got his bearings wrong though and given the ball away. Coulson tries to come forward. Jenkins is beaten the first time. Out comes Casey out of defence. It's a really important interception. They were looking for Ashley Fletcher. Don't really think they needed to either. I think if they'd dummied that pass, Middlesbrough had the chance to go through the middle. But only Casey comes to Leeds' rescue and just shows how important it is, even with the 4-0 advantage, to keep your awareness. Those two have had a really good game, knowing Kenner and Ollie Casey. Again, a reminder of the Leeds bench is Van der Heuvel, Allen, Moore, Gibbon and Nicholas Haugen. Good to see Haugen back in a 23's team sheet. Boro get the pass all wrong and Jenkins carries it out of defence. It's a better pass that into McCarron. It allows him to meet it at full speed. Now he tries to give Dean the same opportunity. Dean's going to keep it in. Now can Boro force him wide. Dean holds up the play. A back heel, it's unlucky that. He was trying to just play the ball into the path of McCarron and gets it the wrong side of the goal line. Middlesbrough 0, Leeds United 4. Gallagher unlucky, he was just trying to flick the ball around the outside to Somerville. McKinstry. Gallagher again working really hard to try and force the error. Him and Greenwood on the same page, as Leeds pretty much had everybody back inside their own half then. McCarron over the top to Dean. Going up and under for Joe Gallagher to challenge, and Joe Gallagher causes problems and tries to get to the ball. He's done so as well. Scoops it up away down the line, not too much power on it. And Max Dean is going to give a free kick away. 5 minutes to go until half time. Somerville again wins the duel. Just dances through them, wins a free kick. Leeds take it quickly. And here is Greenwood. Greenwood looks towards the back post for Dean. That is a poor clearance, and Leeds will get the corner. McKinstry, the Leeds player that's gone across to take it. Katie asking for the ball at the far post. Somerville's gone short. Gallagher going near post. It is into Joe Gallagher. Doesn't get the power on it, McKinstry. The Leeds give the ball away. Now Casey and Kenner have got work to do to get back. Sam Greenwood trying to put the challenge in. Max Dean, the man making the defensive run. That's left winger Max Dean at right back, trying to help out his team as Jack Jenkins flies into the tackle. Needs a little bit out of position. Dean was of course still over at the right hand side. The shot comes in, great tackle from Kenner. Ashley Fletcher on the ball. He's got Isaac Fletcher on the edge of the box. He's got Spence in there as well. Here is Isaac Fletcher. Lays it off to the right hand side. Sykes. Kenner the man going close, near post. Ball flicked up and over away, and Capriel keeps it in just about. Good hands once more from the Leeds keeper, and despite the scoreline, he has had a couple of saves to make, important ones as well. In fairness to Boro, while they've been outclassed in that final third, Leeds have been so clinical. Their effort levels haven't dropped. They're still doing all they can to come back into this contest. Dean keeps it nice and simple, switches the play to Somerville, and now Drame's got it. He's got Gallagher on his inside. Gallagher looking further forward into Somerville, just passes it a little too early. Somerville was a bit off balance and Boro intercept the ball. They've gone over the top looking for Fletcher. Kenner's going to try and cut across that defence. Actually, Fletcher goes for goal and he hits the side netting and Leeds force him wide enough. And Jenkins not happy at something further downfield. Pitch stretched now this game. Still the 4-goal cushion though for Leeds United. Jenkins to Gelhardt, a bit too much space here for Joe Gelhardt, and he's gone across to find Somerville. It's an inch perfect pass. Somerville goes without it for a split second, goes back to the near post and Boro deal with it. And those two combining to great effect in this first half. The snow starting to fall again at Rockville. Leeds have a corner. But opposition defences must be pretty sick and sight of seeing Joe Gelhardt and Somerville on the same team.
The ball will go up soon, mate. Put the ball up soon.
Kenner and Casey making their way towards the Boro box. Casey, for the time being, is standing just outside it. Now making a late run. It is towards Casey. He's calling rank at set pieces. He wins the ball, flicks it back inside, but nobody for Leeds had gone across to help. Without Charlie Cresswell, Casey, #1 target for set pieces. Leeds stretched again. Coulson down the line to Spence. Drame and McCarran. Leeds need somebody in the box. Well, they did, until Cody Drame dealt with everything. Clears the ball for a throw and then makes his way back to right back.
Ball's going up for that.
Gelhardt to Somerville. Into stoppage time now at Rockcliffe, and Somerville tries to go past Kokolo. Stops his run for the time being. It's into Gelhardt. Again, he tried to be fancy. He smashes himself into the tackle. The Boro player didn't like that challenge. Clearly not watched enough of Joe Gelhardt, because while he's all about fancy flicks, the minute you give him a chance to win the ball from you, he will go straight through you. There is no doubt about that, and Gelhardt tries to lead from the front as Boro desperately try and get a goal back before half-time. They're coming again with Coulson. Drame trying to get back. He's very careful to not draw a foul. Kenner, a little touch from Jenkins. Gibson on the ball, trying to get to the byline and swing the ball in. Header away by Casey. It's going to fall to Spence on the Boro right wing. Spence turns inside McCarran, tries a second go at it. It was one touch too many. There's a Boro player with Gibson down in back play as Leeds try and attack quickly, too quickly for Stuart McKinstry's liking, who took his eye off the ball. It's a bit frantic at the end to this first half. Boro with Hackney again. Jenkins coming across to try and stop his opposite number. Drame heads again. Cody Drame just about everywhere in this first half for Leeds. Stuart McKinstry now tells him to stop being tired and get to right back, and Drame does that with a touch of a button. He's off on his way. Somerville once more to Greenwood. Greenwood back to Drame, and Leeds just playing around with the ball at the end of this first half in no real rush. Nice and composed. They'll feel, of course, the damage is done in terms of the scoreline. And that is the end of the first half. A quite brilliant display from Leeds United. Saw them go 4 goals to the good inside the first half an hour. Max Dean, Noah Kenner, and a brace from Joe Gelhardt. Great to watch. Hopefully more of the same in the second half. Middlesbrough 0, Leeds United 4.
Bradley Johnson comes away with the ball. Good defending that from Leeds, who of course kept a clean sheet in their last outing. First clean sheet for a good while, that one down at the Medeski Stadium. That will have giving them some confidence. Ball through the middle of Housen. Flag has stayed down. Oh, it's gone up now. Well, it was very, very late. Johnny Housen thinks he scored. And Johnny Housen still thinks he scored, and now he notices the flag. And I think the player on the wide right-hand side of your screen is playing Johnny Housen onside there. Kanagu now. And here's a chance for Ambrose, and a great save by the goalkeeper. And then it ricocheted off Ambrose, and it will be just a goal kick. Into Kilkenny, trying to thread one through the middle, might have another opportunity. Plays it out wide, this time to Robert Snodgrass. Snodgrass having a run towards the byline, cuts the ball right back across. Here's Grado! And he's just put the ball a yard wide of the goalkeeper's right-hand post. Wonderful play in amongst all of that from Robert Snodgrass here, and he drove this one across the face of the goal. Here's Nathaniel Klein in a battle with Bradley Johnson. Ball inside here to Kanagu. There might be an opportunity as the ball is crossed here, and it's Dans with the tap-in. Neil Dans opens the scoring with 1 minute and a quarter to the half-time break. Here's a chance then for the substitute, Lloyd Sam, full of running here. Turns away and gets his cross in as well. It's headed clear. Comes out to Kilkenny. Kilkenny still going! Denied by a fabulous goalkeeping save. Davis is hopping back to try and get in position. In towards Becchio. Speroni makes another really good block. Speroni has kept his side in this match. So, corner kick delivered, out swinging. Back in by McCartney, flicked on through to the goalkeeper, turned in! Luciano Becchio backs the equaliser. 9.5 minutes left. And Simon Grayson's gamble of bringing 3 strikers on pays off. Painter's persistence. McCormack in amongst it, and Becchio back amongst the goals. Already in this game, to know what a real good player he is. Had a stop-start beginning to his Leeds career as McCormack surely was tracked down. Through with Luciano Becchio. The referee waved play on, and Becchio's made it 2-1. It would have been a foul on the edge of the penalty area, but whilst everybody else stopped, Luciano Becchio played on. And Luciano Becchio, 2 goals, 3 minutes, Leeds ahead. What a turnaround in this game. Palace have led for so long. They would have had a free kick for that one, but Becchio just poked the ball under the dive of Speroni. There is the full-time whistle. Andy Haynes brings the game to a conclusion.
Bueno, el césped de este partido es muy superior al del partido contra Brighton, eso no hay ninguna duda.
Well, the pitch was a big improvement from the last game against Brighton.
Bueno, obviamente es la carrera y de Hodgson solo merece reconocimiento.
Well, the career of Roy Hodgson only deserves praise or
valoración, reconocimiento, elogio.
Praise, recognition.
Elogio.
Sí, praise.
Que haya extendido, que tenga el deseo de extender su carrera hasta durante tanto tiempo es motivo de admiración.
to have the desire to extend his career so long is something to admire.
Y no solamente hacerlo, sino hacerlo bien, ¿no?
And not only to do it, but to do it well.
Bueno, depende de la evolución de las lesiones.
Well, it all depends on the evolution of their injuries.
Pero no son lesiones de días, sino de semanas, ¿no?
But it's not a question of days, more of weeks.
Yo siempre creo que lo que hay que decir sobre el próximo partido es conveniente expresarlo en el campo de juego, porque cualquier intención marcada con anterioridad no tiene importancia, ¿no?
I always think that anything that we think or say about the opponent is better expressed on the pitch, because anything you say beforehand is not okay.
No tiene importancia.
It doesn't have importance, sorry.
Lo que, como cada partido,
like every game,
tenemos la intención de superar al rival para merecer el triunfo, que es lo que unifica todas las posiciones que tomamos antes de un partido.
Like every game, we have the intention of being superior to the opponent, to deserve to win the game, and we take every measure to make sure this is the case.
Como usted bien dice, casi todo el mundo.
Like you said, almost everyone.
Hay opiniones que sitúan lo divertido en enfrentar a un equipo que concede tantos goles, ¿no?
And there's those who find it entertaining to face a side who concedes as many as we do.
Lo que nosotros, como todos los equipos,
our team, like all the other teams,
elegimos jugar de una forma porque creemos que es lo que más nos acerca al triunfo.
We choose to play in a certain style because we think it's what's going to bring us closer to winning.
Después, el fútbol tiene muchos aspectos que no se pueden prever.
After there's a lot of aspects in football that you can't predict.
Y tiene como el factor más importante de todos,
and the most important factor of all,
la capacidad de desequilibrio que tienen los jugadores en sus intervenciones.
The capacity to unbalance by each player in their positions. Y que también preguntó que...
Sí, y a medida que adquiera forma deportiva, volverá a jugar partido en el sub-23.
Well, yes, he's going to be returning to training on Monday with the team, and as he gains fitness, he will start being incorporated with the under-23s.
Rodrigo off to his right-hand side. Rodrigo in the penalty area, trying to get the ball into his control. Gives it up to the edge of the box to Rafinha! Oh, it's a lovely finish. Rodrigo the provider, Rafinha the finisher. And then plays it out to Harrison, who's in space in the penalty area, and he shoots! Oh, what a finish from Jack Harrison! That's a tremendous goal from Leeds United, and it's all rounded off with a super finish from Jack Harrison. Over the halfway line he goes, just rolls it into space for Bamford. Bamford plays the ball into Stuart Dallas. First time goal from Stuart Dallas. What a response from Leeds United, and it's another super team goal. First time ball to Bamford. Bamford in the penalty area on the left foot. Oh, what a finish from Patrick Bamford. That's the way to end a run without a goal.
Marching on together. We are Premier League. Be ready for Leeds. Join the journey. Welcome, JD.
Well, it was a different game back then. The question is, Tim, are Leeds ready to return? Has it been too long?
So Leeds, how's your football team doing?
The big leagues aren't ready for Leeds, man. They aren't ready for Leeds, man.
Well, here I am at Ellen Road as they get ready to welcome back top-flight football for the first time in 16 years.
Well, here we go then.
Leeds United is about more than football. It's about the culture. It's about loyalty. It's like the song says, it stays with you forever. The pride in pulling on that jersey, playing for the city and its people. That's why I always tell off my second home, Leeds United!
Whether we're in a stadium or not, there's no room for racism. Not out there, not in here. There's no room for racism.
No room for racism.
Anywhere.
Take a knee. They kneel in unity.
But without actions,
Genuinely powerful sight.
there are just words. There's no room for ignorance or intolerance, for hate, for injustice, for sitting in silence, for doing nothing.
I'm ashamed, I'm embarrassed. We want equality in society and football.
We all need to do more. Challenge it.
CCTV will find the perpetrator of that and he will have a lifetime ban.
Report it. Change it. Premier League. No room for racism. Anywhere.
Come on, guys! Come on, guys! Be in now, be in a bit. Go walk in, Jed. Walk inside, walk inside.
Yeah. Stay in. Don't give yourself a big run.
It comes out, Jed. We're in.
Field on the 7. Field on the 7.
Higher! Yay! Hey, well done! Well done! Ollie, front foot, Ollie! Go, lads!
Yeah, on there. Have you got a pen? Yeah? I'll pop the ball up.
Hayden! Hayden, here! Dick's coming in a minute, Hayden, I want him pushing right on the deep man. Or wherever's the deep man. Right fucking on him, alright? And don't leave him out. And if he stops down here, stay down here. They're not going to fucking out this round. Alright? In this round, you know, don't let him turn. You fucking down there and get the fucking ball there, alright?
Let's see what changed here.
Welcome back to LUTV's coverage of this PL2 Division 2 game at Rockcliffe. Middlesbrough hosting Leeds United at the start of this Second half, Leeds hoping to extend their cushion 4-0 as it currently stands. And if you just joined us for the start of this second half and been busy for the first 45, Max Dean opened the scoring inside the first few minutes. Nolan Kennett, Joe Gelhardt then grabbed a brace as Leeds are preparing a couple of subs by the looks of things. Somerville appears to be staying out there. Don't see Joe Gelhardt, so suggests that Max Dean will go and lead the line through the middle. Joe Gelhardt, of course, will be replaced. It looks to be the subs of Charlie Allen and Chris Moore. Who I'm sure are desperate for the fourth official to hurry this one up because they'll be freezing on the sideline. Boro making a change as well. And the number 16, Malik Zixdale, is coming on. I believe he's signed in midweek. So it's Jack Jenkins off for Leeds if the fourth official's tactics board is delayed, and Joe Gelhardt the other for Chris Moore. And Zixdale just been checked over by the fourth official, who now wants the numbers repeating. So Boro trying to mix things up. Their new academy signing gets the chance to impress for 45 minutes. No hat-trick for Joe Gelhardt this afternoon, as Leeds do get the game back underway. So with the changes made, it would suggest no one can go to number 4 in midfield. Of course, still wearing 6. Casey and Chris Moore, the centre-backs. For the two teams in a second, as we just get a chance to bring them in, with Leeds under pressure there for a split second. So the Leeds team is Kapil, Drame, McCarran, Casey, Kenner, Somerville, Greenwood, McKinstry, Dean, Allen and Moore. As for Boro, they've gone with Archer, Sykes, Kokolo, Hackney, Hall, Robinson, Spence, Gibson, Ashley Fletcher, Isaac Fletcher and Hayden Coulson. That was their starting 11. I think it's a change at the left-hand side. We'll get that confirmed, but it is Malik Zixdale that's come on, as the snow continues to fall in parts at Rockcliffe as Cody Drame has the ball in hand. Christencio Somerville goes back to Elia Kapil on what was a superb 45 minutes from him. 45 minutes of non-stop action with a couple of minutes break at Somerville. It was Isaac Fletcher brought off for Boro. Yeah, Somerville had the Boro defenders on toast at times in the first 45 minutes, but still a second half for him to go and get a goal or two himself. And not a bad effort when you can only say you had a couple of minutes when you weren't involved at some part of the game. Non-stop, him and Joe Gelhardt and Max Dean, no stranger either, as Charlie Allen gets brought under control and gets back on his feet and tries to win the ball back. Boro's best spell of the game did come in that last 10 minutes of the, or last 15 minutes of the first half.
Don't be too deep, Robbo. Get up.
Ashley Fletcher, Isaac Fletcher and Spence, their three most attacking outlet players, and Coulson also getting involved. Here is Spence. And Spence works his way through the middle of that Leeds defence. It's too soft for the Whites as Chris Moore's beaten. Spence goes for goal. Doesn't get any power on that shot. And as a result, Elia Kapil can make a simple save, but at one point it looked a lot more dangerous, that.
Come on, Sam! Come on, Sam! Come on, Sam! Well done! Again, Sam! Again, Sam! Again, Sam!
Spence slips as he tries to come forward, while Casey watches it behind.
Stretch your line. Come on, Owen. Come on, Owen.
Max Dean beaten in the egg, with strong header from Boro at the back. Ashley Fletcher lays it off, looking for Zixdale, as good work from Nolan Kenner is fouled. Fletcher still leading the line for Boro as Chris Moore prepares to take this free kick. He's one of the under-18 centre-halves that has played a couple of times this season. Come off the bench, he was a regular in the EFL Trophy. Once part of the defence alongside Jeremiah Mullen at the level below. Big strong player at that level, and hopefully a big future for Leeds United as Gabriel just takes his time as what has been a low-key second half so far. Leeds had already scored by this point in the first 45 minutes, so it was always going to be tough to match. His pass a little light, it doesn't reach its target. Now Kenna brings down Jigsdale. Here is Fletcher, back inside, return pass, and Drame does well to just adjust his feet, watch it come underneath his left ankle and play it away, and he apologises very quickly to his teammates for that misplaced pass. Leeds have a corner to deal with. Ball towards the far post. Boro get a free header, hits the upright and goes in. Like April, not happy as Boro find a way back. I'm not sure who was in that Boro shirt. Looks like Sykes was one of those at the back post trying to head it home. Well, Leeds' clean sheet is gone. Strong start for Boro at the start of the second half. And just a free header. No marking at the back post, and yes, Sykes, well, he didn't know too much about it. The man in front of him had put him off, Grant Hall. And Sykes was actually stooping quite low down and somehow managed to get it in. It's a good header in defence of him. Not sure how much he knew about it, but Leeds hopefully that will wake them up at the start of this second half. All those defenders will not be happy about that. Especially Casey and Kenner had such an impact in that first half. Mr. Kinstry goes and asks for a free kick. He gets one from the official.
Hey, be consistent, referee. Don't give them all day, man. Hey.
More into Dean. Dean to Somerville. Somerville's touch is just a little heavy, shows too much the defender. Does win it back, but man, he's beaten the tackle, has certainly stayed down with an injury. Somerville try this time comes through the middle. Boro are going to continue without their stricken wide man. Fletcher, Moore dives in, and now Fletcher's running through on goal. He's got Capriel to beat. Casey comes across, tries to force him wide. Great defending from Ollie Casey. Superb work. Moore apologises to him for the early lunge. And Leeds just having to ride this one out a little bit. If they concede a second, Boro will really fancy their chances of a second half comeback. Leeds just have to bide their time as Allen's now playing left-hand side of midfield. He tries to jinx his way inside. Good feet from Charlie Allen. And he goes to Dean. Dean down the line to McKinstry. McKinstry tries to go one way, then the other goes down. And that's surely a foul. And Stuart McKinstry does get Leeds United a penalty. Bamboozles the defender. The Boro player who was injured has now gone back down. It'll delay the game ever so slightly, but Stuart McKinstry goes and gets the ball. I think he was going to try and say he wanted to take this, but that's just not going to happen. Sam Greenwood's playing. He's Leeds United's top scorer at this level. And great feet from McKinstry, and the ball isn't won by the defender. And Boro do need treatment for one of their players. So 52nd minute penalty. Leads to hopefully restore their 4-goal cushion. Sam Greenwood has 7 for the season, and he's the man that has called the shots and wants to take this set piece.
He said he saw it here and he didn't think it was malicious. Hey, he's given one here, he's given one in here for fuck all, and then that one in here. Hey? Hold it.
Drame coming across for some instructions from the coaching staff.
Or in the side or in the middle.
Got time to just work on a couple of things while the Boro player receives treatment. It was that strong challenge from Somerville. Jordan Archer trying to keep warm as the snow probably gets as heavy as it's possibly got so far this afternoon. Just what Sam Greenwood needs, where he's trying to take a penalty directly into the snow in that goal.
What's that?
He's from this part of the world, though, or near enough. Should be nothing, this, to him. Sam Greenwood prepares to take this penalty then to restore Leeds' 4-goal cushion. Up steps Greenwood, right-footed, and it's hit the post. Puts too much spin on it, it goes the opposite way, and now Leeds have to try and create an opportunity from the rebound, and Sam Greenwood can't make it 8 for the season. Stuart McKinstry tries to give him a big G up and get his confidence going again, and now Leeds will hopefully bring themselves with another opportunity. Inside from Dryman, looking for Somerville. It's a slip by the Boro player. The conditions are always going to worsen. Casey, tremendous work. Might have given away a free kick, but just stands strong against a much stronger man. And Greenwood with that penalty. Archer went the wrong way. He just tried to be a little bit too cute and hits the upright. He'll be frustrated with himself, Sam Greenwood.
Second!
Reaction-packed second half so far. The goal from Sykes, the missed penalty from Greenwood. Somerville again just toying with 3 Boro players. Kudidrame gets inspired and follows suit, and he manages to work his way out of a tight spot and then wins a free kick. Boro certainly have wind in their sails after this second half start. The goal and the missed penalty right in Leeds' faces. Lots of Leeds bringing on even younger players in their under-18s ranks of Charlie Allen and Chris Moore onto the pitch. I feel they can try and target those two, but quality operators at their level. There's Greenwood to Kent. Kent gives it to McKinstry. McKinstry just takes his time, plays the ball around the outside. He was looking for a mixture of Aladrami or Somerville, and it hits the back of Somerville's legs and goes out of play.
Be positive! Charlie, higher! Come on, shoot, we need you. Come on. Don't go hiding.
Greenwood down the line, looking for Charlie Allen. There's McCarran.
We need to pick it up.
And flicks it inside. Dean gets a touch. McKinstry manages to send it one way, then go the goal. Right-footed strike. He managed to flick it round the outside of the defender, wrap his run round the other side. Just couldn't nestle it into that far corner off the post. But good play that from Stuart McKinstry. Did think for a second it was going to fly in, but the longer it took to go towards goal, it was more apparent it was going to fire wide. Still Middlesbrough 1, Leeds United 4.
Second! Higher! Second! Next one! Second! Again!
Drame brings it under control the second time of asking, goes round the outside of the defender, whips it down the line looking for Somerville, who gets across. It's good work from Boro in defence. It was Jack Robinson with a tackle.
Get on halfway line.
Somerville gives away a free kick. He just catches the Boro number 4, tries to apologise. No real interest from the Boro man. And Archer now comes across to take the Boro free kick.
Second! Tighter! Yes! Well done. Positive! Drive!
Chris Moore out of defence, looks wide to Allen, headed away by Sykes, the Boro goal scorer.
Keep going ahead.
Throw in taken, it reaches Greenwood. Greenwood tries to find a little bit of space in that Boro defence, just sandwiched out of it for now. Good tackle from Noah Kenner. Max Dean gets across. Steele gets to him first. Little back heel from Coulson. Kenner coming across to try and stop the latest Boro attack. Dean is back there as well. Leeds a bit stretched in the middle. Just as I say that, McKinstry puts a very important tackle in as now Allen gets to the ball, keeps it tidy, goes to McCarran. 1-2 works, and now McCarran can stretch his legs for the first time in a while. Goes down the line, he's looking for Allen, who's got pace, gets across, looking for the run of towards Max Dean. Max Dean just can't bring it under control. And when Kenner gets to the ball again, the referee's going to give a free kick, and that was pretty debatable. No, Kenner's had a very good game at centre midfield since he swapped there at half-time. Some good interceptions and certainly keeping the passing going in the middle of the park.
This is Charlie here, this is Charlie! Higher! We'll give! No man, security! Get on it! Come on! Max!
Driving on the ball, down the line to Somerville. Somerville across the face of goal, it's a dangerous ball in. Dean making himself available from the throw-in. They use the other option though in Somerville. Drami again, back to Kenner. Kenner's got options. Allen was a bit too far inside, so he couldn't go wide there, no one Kenner. Casey, good first touch out of his feet. Now tries to go down the line. The pass is not as good as the original touch. Leeds fire it forward again. Goal got a little scrappy. It's probably working Boro's favour rather than Leeds'. Of course, Leeds do have the scoreline on their side. Half hour to go.
Thanks, come in. Again. Open up and move the other side.
Karen under no real pressure. Eventually has to go back towards Gabriel at the heart of Leeds United's goal. Drame stays inside, good first touch as well. Tries to skip his way past Coulson. Coulson gets to him. Good battle this so far. Been in and out of each other's pockets all afternoon. Casey just makes sure that goes out for a throw-in. Fletcher wants to take it quickly, but Boro ideally want him to be the focal point of these throw-ins.
Yes! Down your line, Will, down your line. Spin inside, head. Spin inside, head. Spin inside. Yes, Cody! Again! Second! Come on, guys!
Heads away. Kinstry gets a touch to it. Greenwood. Great pace from Sam Greenwood. Gets away from a couple of markers. Tries to fire it forward. Just at the last second, he gets caught out. Showed great strength originally as Boro come forward. Here is Coulson. Trying to dance his way past Drame, but can't do so. Somerville gets to Kokolo and manages to get the ball from him. Now the pace of Somerville is on show. He skips past one. Still got the ball, Somerville. On his way to goal. Left-footed strike. Forces a save out of the keeper. And Archer getting down to his right-hand side to deny Somerville, who deserves a goal from his performance so far today. Still got plenty of time to go and get one. Boro with the clearance.
Hayden! Halfway line. Get down there, leave him.
Ball fired forward now is Somerville. Can he get that goal now? Again stings the palms of Archer. He's gone for a second bite at the cherry. He gets beaten to it, falls to the floor. That time he went for power, lack of precision has cost him, as now Coulson's got the wrong side of Drame. Sam Greenwood coming back. Sam Greenwood tries to get to him, gives him a quick nudge, wins the ball at the second time. Great tackle from Greenwood. And Kenner on the attack, now end to end as Leeds stretch the play. McKinstry's got Dean over his left shoulder, he's got Swivel to his right, and Boro get to him. Conditions, of course, making the ball stick in parts of that midfield. It's now in the Leeds defenders' faces as McCarron slips, gives it to Spence, and now that's a misplaced pass from Boro. Almost as if at times the two of the players are trying to play in fast forward mode, rushing things when not needed. Of course, it's not really an issue for Leeds at this stage of the game. They'll feel the attacking players they've got out there, they can go and get a fifth.
Andrew. It's a foul on him, he clipped him. Yes, Dino, come on. Up to the end.
Swivel to Kenner. Kenner back to Moore. Goes to Casey.
Options, no one.
Capriel eventually finds its way to Moore again, and Leeds misplaced clearance from the Leeds United goalkeeper. Capriel, he's got work to do here as Coulson goes for goal. He did have work to do before on a case he put his body in the way. It will be a Boro corner. Middlesbrough 1, Leeds United 4.
Nobody spare. Let's call it with a 16. Careful, Liam. Anybody spare, call him out. There's a spare man, Charlie. Be strong, Liam.
Towards the far post again. Capriel comes off his line. Corner's going to be given. The second time a corner from that side have caused Leeds problems. McKinstry not happy at Capriel, and the two just trying to sort things out amongst themselves. Max Dean alerting Leeds as a short corner problem. There's also a couple of players on the edge of the box that need marking up. Leeds have to stay focused here, not allow themselves to argue amongst themselves and give space away. Good clearance from McKinstry into the centre circle for Kokolo. Puts his foot through it and Drame heads clear. Back in the box, McCarron gets it clear as far as Coulson, tries to dribble his way through. Kenner gets him under control. Now no one Kenner sweeps it to Somerville, who's on his way once more. Somerville fires it into the path of Max Dean. Greenwood try to get involved, Allen likewise. Max Dean's looking for the far post for Sam Greenwood, heads it back into the box, and Archer's going to bring it under control. Just a bit too close to Jordan Archer in the Boro net. But again, another quick fire counter. Everyone on the same page, everyone knowing where each other's going to make that run. Just execution lacking like it was in the first half. Leeds give away a free kick. Thought both players were doing the exact same thing to each other there, but the referee thought McKinstry was the guiltier party. Spence back to Hackney over the top, and Chris Moore's got work to do to come across. Gets to it, can only concede a corner. Heavy touch from Moore, and Leeds got more defensive work to do. Big task this for Chris Moore, of course, playing above his age group against an experienced striker in Fletcher. He'll learn plenty from this. Hackney's confused the two Leeds players. Boro come into the box, shot towards the near post, and Capriel didn't know too much about that. It seemed to just hit his palm. He's more bothered about screaming at his teammates than he was where the ball had gone. And Capriel not happy at that defensive, certainly set pieces. Boro have improved in the second half and caused Leeds problems. Drame to Allen. Allen's going to try and turn inside. Leeds perhaps just need that fifth to just totally stop Boro's momentum. They are plucking away. 23 to go. Without stoppage time, of course, as Drame just takes his time a little bit. Coulson beats McKinstry. Kenner's out of position and Leeds once more stretched, but exposed in that middle of the park. McCarron got Spence to try and bring under control. Spence is going to go towards the bar line. Kenner's back in position. McCarron dives in. Spence doesn't put the ball in the box. The Leeds have got a number of centre-halves back and ready to try and deal with the situation, and they forced the pass early. And Boro quite simply just give Leeds a throw-in. Poor ball down the line from Gibson. Leeds get another throw in level with the edge of their own box.
Up here, no one! Come on! Higher!
McCarron to carry this one towards halfway, beats Spence to the ball, takes it nearly all the way to the edge of the Boro box, eventually stopped in his tracks. Good work from Liam McCarron, just nice steady progress. McKinstry to Somerville. Somerville is fouled, a heavy tackle from Sykes, and Somerville and Allen have swapped flanks for the time being, so now Sykes has got to see if he can handle Crescencio Somerville. Leeds now sending Casey further forward, Chris Moore as well on his way up from centre-back. Fletcher's going to follow the duo. That means Dramé and McCarron will stay back. And Stuart McKinstry getting ready to take the set piece. Allen in the middle of the park in case it drops towards Kenner, towards Casey. And neither of the centre-backs could get their foot to the ball. Dramé with an important touch in midfield. Kenner tries to flick it back. It's turned away by Coulson. Good tackle from Sam Greenwood. Now Greenwood looks left and tries to float it towards Somerville. Just puts too much loft on that pass, and eventually it falls back to Boro. Hackney goes wide right, and Spence in a foot race with McCarron. He's got the longer legs. He's going to get to this ball. It's in towards Rixdale. He gets there. Casey gets in front of him though and steers it away for a corner. Only Casey just maybe looks further down that field to just see where it's going a bit wrong for Leeds United at the moment in the second half. Not as much control. Another very strong performance from Ollie Casey at centre half for the Whites. Dramé steadies himself, plants his feet before heading the ball away. Dean puts it towards Kokolo. Tries to get the ball back from him. He's unlucky there, Max Dean. Somerville has got two players to mark, so he can't commit himself to the far post. Casey heads clear. Headed back in by Hall. Fletcher's tried to turn. He's got the ball just past the post. I think Chris Moore's got a very important touch to it. He has. Good defending for the young Leeds United defender. Stayed as tight as he could to Fletcher. At the very last second, just stepped off so he can maybe put the block in. Less than 20 to go in this 23s PL2 Division 2 match. Leeds hoping to go 12 clear at the top of the table. Corner comes in and Coulson just heads past the near post. And Leeds, to be successful this afternoon, will just need to stop conceding set pieces. It's where Boro are totally outnumbering them. And Casey perhaps just trying to shake off a slight injury. Scapil goes inside to Cody Dramé, who'd come in from his right flank. You can see the ball just bobbling along the surface. Not ideal conditions for both teams. They need to concede a throw-in. Somerville's now swapped back to the right-hand side.
Steady.
Hackney goes wide. Spence tries to bring it under control. He's turned the right side of McCarron, but McCarron wins it on the second occasion. McKinstry trying to play a smart pass to Greenwood. That's a bit too smart in that area of midfield. Boro winning those second balls in the middle of the park, as now it's played out to the left for Coulson, across the face of goal, hacked away by McCarron, still not fully clear. Spence will try and get to it, and it is behind for a Leeds United goal kick, and just missing that control in midfield. In the first half, we had Jack Jenkins try to quarterback the team on Super Bowl Sunday, guiding the team around the park, passing left and right, just trying to bring his wingers and wing-backs into the game. Second half, Boro have had a bit more control in that department. Leeds missing a penalty if you're only just joining us on LUTV. We're 4-0 up at half-time. Conceded in the 50th minute, and Sam Greenwood hit the post from the spot, but Leeds still have this cushion. Somerville puts himself in harm's way to concede a throw-in. Dramé heads back. Colo's heavy touch. Greenwood gets involved. Kenner beaten to it by Gibson. Boro come again, but Casey continues to have this stormer of a game for the 23, second in succession. He tries to get Fletcher off the ball. He forces a mistake as Allen gets there. And again, Leeds just nice and cool. Keep the ball away from their goal. Like Aprili's just going to time waste a little bit, allow his centre-backs to get in position at Rockcliffe. 4 goals to 1 to the good.
Come on. Second. Max. Come on, Sam. Hey. Deal with him. Come on. Hey.
Kind of not happy at the throw-in not going his way.
Hold on.
Casey goes to ground, brings Fletcher down illegally, and Leeds concede the free kick. And Casey's just going to try and waste some precious seconds and allow Leeds to get in position by kicking the ball away 3 times. Somerville will be the sole man in Leeds United's wall by the looks of things.
Liam, good, Sam.
April is happy with where he stood. So number 6, Jack Robinson, to take the set piece for Boro. Boro centre half whips it towards the penalty spot, heads clear by Moore, and Dean puts his foot through it. Only Allen in an attacking position for the Whites. Allen nearly gets to Cocolo. Eventually goes down the right hand side, intercepted by Max Dean. Just unfortunate for Leeds' point of view that it doesn't stay inside the left touchline. Spence with the throw-in, wanting to take it quickly. Doesn't look like anyone in a Boro shirt is interested at first, as McKinstry forces another throw-in, and Sykes will now take control. Greenwood tries to turn out his way past Gibson, can't do so. McCarron gets 2 important blocks in, and now looks down the line for Max Dean. Dean just can't get to that ball, and it's going to go back to Archer in goal.
Again. Hold on, Stuart. Here, no one, attention. Yes, correct. Yes,
Sykes to Spence. Spence turns away. Wants the 1-2. It's just going to trickle out of play. Leeds get the throw in on that left hand side. Still Middlesbrough 1, Leeds United 4. 13 minutes to go of regulation time.
Switch on. Hey, come on, boys. Hey, keep going. Come on. Need it. Big push. Can you help Sam?
Kenner wins 3 battles, then a 4th. Great work from Noah Kenner, charging forward out of defence himself, looks to try and play in Somerville. Simpler pass could perhaps have been to Greenwood. Somerville goes wide to Dramé. Dramé looks up, goes first time into the box. Good clearance from Boro at the near post, and it's scooped away only as far as McKinstry. McKinstry driving forward, wants to play the ball in behind, and Hall gets his foot out to stop Max Dean getting to that through ball. And there Casey follows suit and does the same thing on the halfway for Leeds. Casey trying to stop Coulson from getting away, tried to chop him down. Coulson, Boro boxer tricks himself on the left-hand side for Boro as Fletcher gets to the ball. Drama trying to stand him up and force him back inside. He's done well. There is Hackney trying to loft the ball over the head of Allen. Sykes on the overlapping run. He's going to have to be quick here, Sykes, to get to it, and he is, but only to concede a throw-in, which Leeds United will be pretty happy. Ola Casey, I think, is going to get a card for the repeated attempts to stop Coulson. Don't think he can have a complaint. The referee dealt with that really well. Played advantage, and Leeds did well to make sure it stays at 4-1. Remind if of the Leeds goal scorers. Max Dean opened the scoring in the 3rd minute. Side-footed effort from a Somerville cutback. And when Kenner then scored from a corner at the near post. And Joe Gelhardt sending the keeper the wrong way for the first one, before then smacking the ball into the far corner for the second, for his second of the day. Leeds United's 4th, and that the highlight goal so far. Boro got a goal back with Sykes, and Sam Greenwood's penalty miss means it is still 4-1 to Leeds with nearly 10 to go. Ball into the box, Moore deals with it. And as far as Allen. Allen tries to clear away, and Somerville trying to get onto the loose pass. Greenwood's had to work incredibly hard in this second half, and he gets to the ball, Sam Greenwood. Somerville's trying to stay onside, and Somerville's quick to get to the ball. He's taken out by the defender, and I think Hall will be going into the book.
Just keep moving with the ball that way instead of stopping trying to hook it.
Somerville's touch was a little heavy, but probably because he saw the gigantic frame of the number 6 about to come and crunch him in the tackle, and Leeds get an important free kick. Good work again from Greenwood, who perhaps having to show a different side to his game this afternoon.
I know. You know, it's once again, you know, like, that's a booking, isn't it?
McKinstry stood over this free kick for Leeds as the referee prepares to get in position. Archer trying to line up the wall of Kokolo. Jack Robinson, the man that was carded for the foul. McKinstry to the near post. Robinson hooks it away. Should be a Leeds corner. For a defender going towards that near post. Leeds originally sent Allen for a short corner. Tried it the first time, now the second time they've tried to confuse matters. To the far post, headed the wrong way by Boro. Max Dean tries to flick it back in, and nearly got it in towards that near post. And look at that from Max Dean. Archer on hand and denies him. Didn't get all of that clearance. Matt took a deflection. McKinstry, now Leeds have got a chance. Dean's asking for it at the far post, still with McKinstry. Inside to Greenwood. Greenwood across the face of goal, and Boro will clear. Now when Kenner, Boro try and bring it out towards the centre circle. Decent 5-minute spell that for Leeds, probably the most control they've had in this second half. One ball forward, and Eli Capriel very grateful to see it come straight over the head of the defence. He can play it out towards Cody Dramé at right back. Casey looks further downfield. Somerville on the deck, just slipped, trying to play forward. Matt Jackson just trying to give his players a bit of a word of encouragement. This game's still 8 minutes to go. As a reminder, Leeds looking to go 12 clear at the top of the table. Reading will have 2 games in hand on them. They sit second. Leeds had been due to play Wolves at the top of the table a couple of weeks ago before that was postponed. Now Wolves sit in 6th, so shows you what a couple of missed games are doing to the division as Greenwood tries to scoop the ball up for Dean. Hall's going to get to it first and heads it back to Archer. Spence beats McCarron. McCarron's going to try and have a second attempt to get the ball back, and that man-marking system is working to great effect so far today for Leeds. McCarron's perhaps caught an injury on his right leg as Gibson's going to go for goal. Nolan Kenner puts himself in the way of that. Now it's with Sykes. He's going for goal in the far corner. It's found their way in. And Leeds, with McCarron out of position, that's where he would have been. And Kane Sykes is the Boro main attacking outlet today from right back. He's got 2 goals. He's just failing to stay switched on, and Allen was trying to get close, but once McCarron was out of position, Kane Sykes was free on that far left, so Leeds just need to stay calm. The 2-goal cushion is still a very nice and comfortable gap. If they concede again in the next couple of minutes, then it does become a real problematic end towards this match, and hopefully no bad memories of the last time Leeds were in the North East against Newcastle in a very strong similar position. As Spence tries to get down the right hand side, McCarron gets a foot to it, but Spence goes past him and carries on into the box. Spence whips it to the near post. It's going to go towards Coulson, and Ollie Casey gets a block in, and Ollie Casey immediately turns round to scream at his midfield, who he believes should have done better on that occasion. The rest of the bench for Leeds are Cole Gibbon and Nicholas Haugeland, 2 under-18s players. A very young team travelled to Boro today. Did a superb job in the first half. They've certainly impressed in spells in the second. The set piece here as Drame heads clear. Max Dean was hoping to get to it. It's to Kokolo. Gibson is forced wide. Allen puts the pressure on, and Kenner goes to ground, and Fletcher is penalised for a push on Nolan Kenner. It's just what Leeds needed, that. Boro trying to improve the speed of the game, making that ball come back pretty quickly. So into the final 5 minutes. Leeds have a player down. Yeah, McCarron was struggling with an injury a few moments ago. Does look like it could be him at left wing back, and he has asked for treatment from the official. Physios are now making their way onto the pitch. It's going to allow Mark Jackson and his coaching staff, though, to give a few final instructions out with the pressure on. Good 5-minute spell. Energy gels on board in what is a cold afternoon. Mark Jackson in particular trying to give Nolan Kenner a couple of ideas. Allen, Greenwood, Dean, Kenner, Drame, all the players coming across for a quick refreshment, and Leeds just have to steer this one home. Another good test of their capabilities defensively. Of course, might have to look at an alteration should McCarron be unable to continue. That is the case. Just waiting for that change to be made. As see a replay of the first goal. Joe Gallagher heavily involved. Somerville with the nutmeg, which eventually turned it towards Max Dean. Cole Gibbon, the man that has come on for Leeds in the number 16 shirt, so he's gone to right back. I mean, likely that Cody Drame goes to left back, so big 5 minutes for Leeds as Kenner gets to the byline, tries to put a block in, does so. Does well there, Kenner, not to dive in too early. Casey with the clearance, and it's a heavy header wide of the target by Spence, and only Casey once more, the man that's putting the pressure on. I mean, Ollie Casey's a very young man himself, but speaks volumes when he's the most experienced member of this defence. Just how young that Leeds team is and how much they're still learning at this level. And learning in style with the scoreline currently well in their favour, and the table also looking rather pretty for Leeds' point of view.
Second! Shape!
Now Caprill, actually Fletcher colliding. Fletcher just trying to unsettle the goalkeeper. A couple of minutes to go of regulation time. Of course, we have had that McCarron injury. We've had a couple of subs and a couple of goals, so expect a decent bit of stoppage time. Jackson just trying to urge his players forward. Don't want to sit too deep, too negative sort of tactics as Gibbon gets to the ball. Gibbon in the team for the first time in a while. Had a great game a couple of seasons ago in the game at Tadcaster in the PL Cup. An important ball to try and stop Coulson from getting past him in the last few minutes as Hackney gets to the ball. Fletcher tries to turn past Casey, goes without the ball. Hackney took it away, and Casey and co trying to dig in. Knowing Kenneth certainly did that in the second half, and he led by example in the middle of midfield. Ball towards Max Dean, he's beaten in the air. McKinstry falls to him on the edge of the box. He lays it off to Allen. Allen goes with the first time ball towards the near post. It's a really good idea from Allen. And Max Dean on the edge of the penalty area trying to get to it. I think he's bumped heads on the edge of the box. Greenwood wasn't too far away. Well weighted that from Charlie Allen. Could have gone for goal himself if he'd have taken a touch. Max Dean with a thumbs up and appreciates the pass. As Leeds in no real hurry to take this latest set piece. Doesn't look as if Casey's going to be interested in attacking it too vigorously. Short option is blocked by three markers. McKinstry's trying to alert the official that the Boro player isn't 10 yards. It's ignored, and McKinstry's got it anyway. Now he's going to try and waste a bit more time in the corner flag. A little turn away. Tries to, I think for a second, was going to try and hope to play that off the defender and waste more time, but he decided against it. Ball hits the ref. Waste a little bit more time for Leeds. Somerville just goes off edge of his right boot and out for a throw. He's very unlucky there, Somerville. He's certainly unfortunate not to have got a goal himself this afternoon. Gibbon beaten in the air by Fletcher. Kenneth's clearance is a bit scrappy, and now Gibson gets on the end of it. Coulson potentially offside, ball across the face of goal, flicked away by Allen. Kokolo's going to try and get there. Somerville beats him to it. Chooses bit of acrobatics there with a high boot to turn it away. Leeds try to put the pressure on. McKinstry flies across, and now Casey thumps the ball behind and out of play into stoppage time. Kenner coming across, important not to concede a free kick in this area of the pitch, and Kenner gets his foot to it. It's going to be a throw into Boro. McKinstry again, Somerville perhaps could have cleared that ball. A bit too cute in that sort of area of the park as Kokolo swings the ball in, and that is well wide. Casey and co just continue to march their way out of defence. Casey just asks the referee just how long is left. He's trying to lead again by example, control that back four.
Second.
Hall with the header, Fletcher with the flick on, Drame clears his line, it's up towards Dean, who tries to hold the ball up against the bigger man in Kokolo. Leeds win the throw. McKinstry just tells Cole Gibbon to come across and take control.
Hit the line. Right now. Yeah.
Ball played in on the throw-in, and Leeds United have managed to hang on this second half. A real game of two halves, really, at Rockcliffe. Controlled in the first half, outclassed in the first half. In the second, a little bit tougher against a very resilient Middlesbrough team. Goal from Max Dean opened the scoring. Noah Kenner got the second. Joe Gelhardt grabbed a brace before half-time, as it was 4-0 at the break. Sykes then grabbed two either side for Boro of a missed penalty from Sam Greenwood. But Leeds United march on. It's 7 wins in a row. They're 12 clear at the top of the PL2 Division 2 table, while other teams have 2 games in hand. The juicier bit for Leeds is that Reading are next up at home a week on Monday the 15th of February. It is Leeds United versus Reading. That's all then for today's action. The full-time score at Rockcliffe: Middlesbrough 2, Leeds United 4.
I'll add him to the bottom here.
Mark, a 4-2 win over Middlesbrough. Can you talk us through your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, it's a pleasing win. Pleasing win. I thought we played some fantastic stuff in the first half. I thought we deserved to be the 4 goals up as well. I thought we created chances. We played with quality and the way we wanted to play. We always knew it was going to be tough in the second half. They had an experienced team out, so we knew it was going to be tough. We had to make a couple of changes as well. But I thought even in the second half, it's disappointing to concede the 2 goals. But I thought the lads showed fight and determination to get the 3 points in the end.
And an opportunity for a number of young players as well.
Yeah, I'm just speaking to the boys in there, and we've got a number of under-18s finished on the pitch there, which is fantastic for the club. It's what we're about, promoting the young players, and I thought they come in and did fantastic well today in difficult conditions as well.
When you have tough conditions and you come away from home and you're maybe one of the younger players and you get a really good result like that, what do you say to them?
Well, listen, pat on the back for the work that they've done. Like any game, we look at it and we look at the positives, but we look at areas where we can improve and get better as well, and that's what we must do. Like I said, we are disappointed at the end to concede the 2 goals in the second half. Again, but it's a learning curve for some of these young players as well, and we will get better at it. We'll improve. But we've also got to highlight the excellent play we had as well. Spells in the second half, but certainly a lot of the spells in the first half were really, really positive.
Some of the goals were excellent as well. You must be pleased with how they went in.
Yeah, and like I say, we have an identity of how we want to play and how we want to attack teams and how we want to, play our football. And I thought we saw that in the first half. I thought we could have been better in the second half, but again, difficult circumstances and conditions, and they had to cope in a different way in the second half by being strong and together as a team and to really protect the lead and get the 3 points.
Well done the result.
Cheers, thank you.
Top work, gents. Thank you very much.
Cheers, guys. Good to see you.
Again.
Safe travels back.
Cheers. All the best.